Launch, the blueprint for building a profit-focused partnership program in 90 days. Written by Mark Brigman, PhD, founder and CEO of Partnernomics. Narrated by Matthew Longmire. Chapter 9. Launching the First 90 Days Plan. The backbone of success is hard work, determination, good planning, and perseverance. Mia Hamm. The champagne cork popped as Rachel Thompson and her team celebrated the signing of their largest partnership agreement to date. The shipping and logistics company they had pursued for 5 months finally committed to a comprehensive referral program that could transform the revenue trajectory of their expense auditing firm. The partners served their exact target market, had an impressive customer base, and agreed to terms that satisfied both organizations. Rachel felt as though she had crossed the finish line of a marathon that had begun with months of research, evaluation, and careful negotiation. 6 months after the deal was signed, that same partnership had generated exactly 0 revenue and no qualified leads. Rachel made the same critical mistake that hampers 90% of partnership programs before they generate meaningful revenue. She treated the signed contract as the end of her partnership development process rather than recognizing it as the actual beginning of the real work. She assumed that having the right partner and the right agreement would automatically produce results without systematic planning for what happens after the signatures dry on the contract. The most expensive partnerships are not the ones that fail during negotiation. The costliest partnerships are those that succeed in becoming signed agreements but fail in execution because your team did not adequately plan for the critical first 90 days when momentum and accountability determine whether relationships produce profits or become expensive lessons. A signed contract is the starting line. Most business leaders experience a dangerous psychological shift the moment partnership contracts get signed. Completing legal agreements feels like reaching the finish line after months of research, evaluation, and negotiation. Teams celebrate the successful completion of complex deal-making processes and shift their attention to other priorities that demand immediate action. The partnership is often filed away as a completed project rather than being recognized as a relationship that requires ongoing management and systematic activation. This mindset can cripple a new partnership before it even launches. A signed partnership agreement represents the starting line, not the finish line, where the actual work of collaboration begins. Everything that happened before the contract signature was preparation. Everything that happens after contract signature determines whether that preparation generates meaningful returns on the time, resources, and energy invested in relationship development. The first 90 days after contract execution represent the most critical period in the entire partnership lifecycle. During this window, both organizations must turn good intentions into concrete actions that build momentum towards shared objectives. Teams must establish communication patterns, clarify expectations, and begin executing the activities that will generate the results both parties are committed to achieving through collaboration. Research from leading analyst firms found that partnerships with clearly defined launch plans are significantly more likely to achieve their first-year objectives than those that begin execution without systematic planning. The difference between success and failure lies in recognizing that signed agreements create opportunities rather than automatically delivering results. Most partnership failures occur not because organizations chose the wrong partners or negotiated poor agreements, but because they failed to plan and execute the critical activities that must happen immediately after contracts get signed. Both parties lose enthusiasm when weeks pass without visible progress toward partnership objectives. Communication becomes sporadic when no one takes responsibility for maintaining regular contact. Opportunities get missed when neither organization has documented processes for identifying and developing collaborative activities. The partnership graveyard is filled with relationships between perfectly compatible organizations that simply never figured out how to work together effectively after signing agreements. These failures represent wasted potential rather than fundamental incompatibilities, which makes them even more frustrating for everyone involved in the development process. Your partnership program needs a systematic launch activation approach that ensures immediate momentum and clear accountability from day one. The first 90 days plan provides a systematic approach by creating a shared understanding of what success looks like, who is responsible for specific activities, and how progress will be measured throughout the perpetual 90-day collaboration sprints. Partners that implement a first 90 days plan are far more likely to generate qualified leads within the first quarter as compared to those that don't. This tactical approach eliminates what most companies do: hope for results, but achieve nothing after 12 months of a signed partnership agreement. Partners that launch with a first 90 days plan understand exactly what actions will create mutual value and how their contributions will be recognized and rewarded by other organizations. The first 90 days plan. The first 90 days plan transforms vague partnership intentions into specific action items that both organizations can execute immediately after contract signature. This tactical document serves as the bridge between high-level strategic agreements and day-to-day operational activities that generate the results both parties are committed to achieving through collaboration. Your plan must address 6 distinct components that work together to create comprehensive launch preparation. Each component serves a specific purpose in relationship activation, while building on the others to create increasingly detailed and actionable collaboration frameworks. Missing any single component can undermine the entire launch process, regardless of how well different elements are executed. The contacts component establishes the members who will manage partnership activities on behalf of both organizations. This section identifies all working team members from each company, including sales representatives, marketing coordinators, customer success managers, and technical support staff who will be involved in executing the partnership. The component also specifies executive sponsors who provide strategic oversight and can address significant issues that arise during collaboration. Contact information must include names, functional responsibilities, email addresses, mobile phone numbers, and backup contacts for critical roles. This comprehensive directory ensures that team members from both organizations can reach the right people quickly when questions arise or opportunities emerge that require immediate attention. For strategic partnerships, the Contacts section should identify governance team members who meet regularly to review partnership performance and address operational challenges. These senior executives provide the authority and resources necessary to resolve conflicts and optimize collaboration over time. The component must also specify system access requirements and document permissions for each contact. Team members may require access to shared folders, performance dashboards, or communication platforms to execute their partnership responsibilities effectively. The Goals and Milestones component represents the heart of your first 90 days plan, as it defines the specific outcomes that both organizations will work together to achieve during the initial collaboration period. This section should specify no more than 3 goals to maintain clarity and focus on the most critical intended outcomes rather than trying to accomplish everything simultaneously during the launch phase. Each goal must follow the SMART framework: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Vague goals, such as increase revenue, provide no meaningful direction for partnership activities. Specific goals, such as generate 15 qualified leads through joint webinars this quarter, create a target that guides weekly activities and enables objective performance evaluation. Goals can focus on various outcomes, including revenue generation, lead development, market expansion, brand recognition, or capability enhancement. The key is selecting the 3 outcomes that matter most for demonstrating partnership value while remaining realistic about what can be achieved in the first 90 days of collaboration. For many partnerships, especially those involving long sales cycles, it may be unrealistic to expect partner-sourced revenue within the first quarter. Goals focused on enablement activities such as partner training, co-marketing development, or lead generation may be appropriate for initial collaboration periods. Milestones represent the specific tasks and activities that pave the way to accomplishing your goals. These may include completing training programs, launching joint marketing campaigns, conducting customer introductions, or developing co-branded materials that support ongoing collaboration efforts. The Metrics and Dashboards component identifies the leading indicators and key performance indicators that both organizations will track to monitor progress toward partnership goals. This section specifies up to 3 leading indicators for each goal that are both predictive and influenceable by the professionals responsible for achieving the goal. Leading indicators may include a quantity of referral conversations initiated, joint marketing campaigns launched, training sessions completed, or partner candidate introductions facilitated. These activities predict future results and are directly controllable by partnership team members who can increase their efforts when performance falls below expectations. Beyond leading indicators, the component identifies other essential activities and metrics that should be collected and shared between organizations to monitor relationship health and identify opportunities for optimization. This might include website traffic to joint landing pages, email open rates for co-marketing campaigns, or attendance levels at joint training sessions. The section must also specify how data will be collected, where it will be stored, and how frequently it will be shared between organizations. Real-time data sharing fosters trust and enables proactive partnership management, preventing problems before they impact results. The communications component defines the meeting cadence and information sharing protocols that will govern ongoing partnership management. This section outlines the expectations for meeting frequency, discussion formats, and the regular sharing of information between organizations. Most successful partnerships benefit from monthly partner business reviews conducted via video conferencing, which helps maintain regular contact and address issues before they become significant problems. These meetings should have structured agendas that focus on performance reviews, opportunity identification, and problem solving, rather than devolving into social conversations that consume time without advancing partnership objectives. The component should also identify preferred methods for day-to-day communication between team members. Tools such as Slack, Microsoft Teams, or Google Chat enable quick coordination, while email provides documentation for important decisions and commitments that affect partnership performance. For partnerships that will use the role-based partner pairing methodology, the communications section must specify the cadence and format for peer-to-peer touchpoints between corresponding roles at both organizations. These connections maintain awareness across multiple levels and create redundancy that prevents partnership neglect when individual team members change roles or leave the organization. I will describe the role-based partner pairing methodology in the next section. The ongoing and administration component addresses the technical and procedural setup required immediately after the contract is executed. This section establishes accountability for activating systems, processes, and documentation that enable partnership activities to commence promptly and without confusion regarding administrative requirements. Administrative requirements typically include tax documentation, such as W-9 forms, if payments will be made between organizations, insurance certificates, if coverage requirements were specified in partnership agreements, and compliance documentation, if either organization operates in a regulated industry, such as financial services or healthcare. Technical requirements may include provisioning system access, creating shared folders, configuring dashboards, and setting up integrations if the partnership involves technology platforms or automated processes. The component should specify who is responsible for each setup activity and when each is expected to be completed, ensuring timely activation of the partnership. The for consideration component provides a structured space to capture new ideas, opportunities, and challenges that emerge during the partnership launch but are not immediately actionable. This section maintains organized communications while fostering trust by providing transparency about evolving partnership concepts rather than surprising partners with new requirements or opportunities. Items in this section may include additional products or services that could be part of future collaborations, new market opportunities that both organizations could pursue together, or operational improvements that could enhance partnership effectiveness over time. These items get discussed in subsequent meetings and added to relevant sections of the plan if both parties agree to pursue them. Role-based partner pairing. Failing to establish multiple points of contact with your productive partners can lead to catastrophic outcomes. When partnership managers leave companies or get reassigned to other responsibilities, relationships often deteriorate rapidly because no other connections exist between the organizations to maintain momentum and continuity. Companies don't do business with companies. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. Role-based partner pairing addresses this issue by establishing multiple peer-to-peer connections between corresponding roles at partner organizations. Instead of having partnership managers act as gatekeepers controlling all collaboration activities, this methodology fosters direct relationships between sales representatives, marketing coordinators, customer success managers, and executives at both companies. The pairing approach provides a cost-effective framework for launching new partnership programs without requiring immediate investment in dedicated partnership management teams. Companies can leverage their existing direct sales, marketing, and product development resources to educate, motivate, and manage strategic partners while building experience and processes that support program expansion over time. This methodology works particularly well for companies that want to build deep relationships with 3 to 10 strategic partners during their first 6 months, rather than trying to manage dozens of superficial relationships that consume resources without generating meaningful results. The approach creates natural extensions of your organization within top partner companies while providing partners with multiple access points for collaboration and communication. The most effective pairings connect sales development representatives with sales development representatives, account executives with account executives, sales managers with sales managers, and chief revenue officers with chief revenue officers. These peer relationships create natural communication channels because professionals understand the challenges, priorities, and success metrics of their counterparts at partner organizations. Marketing pairings connect content managers to content managers, event coordinators to event coordinators, and marketing directors to marketing directors. These relationships enable joint campaign development, co-branded content creation, and coordinated event participation, amplifying marketing effectiveness for both organizations. Customer success pairings create opportunities for joint account management, coordinated service delivery, and collaborative problem solving when customers work with both organizations simultaneously. These relationships can enhance customer satisfaction while identifying expansion opportunities that benefit all parties involved in the collaboration. The pairing methodology delivers a multi-touch engagement strategy that keeps your company top of mind at multiple levels within partner organizations. Research indicates that prospect decision makers need multiple exposures to new solutions before taking action, making multi-touch connections valuable for maintaining awareness and generating activity among both prospects and partners. If you are not top of mind with your partners, someone else is. The companies that maintain the strongest relationships and engage in the most frequent communication will receive the best referral opportunities when partners encounter prospects who need solutions that multiple companies can provide. Role-based partner pairing requires systematic planning to ensure that pairings create value rather than confusion for both organizations. The approach works best when companies have similar organizational structures and comparable role definitions that enable meaningful peer-to-peer relationships. For partners with larger sales organizations, consider pairing individual team members with multiple counterparts to ensure adequate coverage. A partner organization with 20 sales representatives might require each of your sales team members to maintain relationships with 4 partner representatives to ensure comprehensive market coverage. Most companies should limit individual pairings to no more than 5 partner relationships to prevent dilution of attention and effort. When partner organizations exceed this threshold, distribute additional pairings across your team rather than overloading individual team members with too many relationships to manage effectively. The methodology includes key elements that business leaders must consider during implementation. New partner recruiting leverages your existing sales team's prospecting activities to identify companies that match your ideal partner profile. Sales development representatives encounter potential partners regularly during their customer development activities and can direct qualified candidates to your partnership evaluation process. Partner qualifications for pairing ensures that role-based partner pairing gets reserved for your most strategic relationships rather than being applied to every partnership in your program. Partners must meet specific criteria such as minimum sales team size, certified personnel requirements, or performance commitments that justify the additional management complexity required by pairing relationships. Sales representatives' incentives align your team's compensation with partnership success by providing additional commissions and quota credit for results generated through paired relationships. Team members who recruit new partners should receive enhanced compensation for partner-sourced revenue, while team members who manage existing pairings should receive appropriate rewards for maintaining productive relationships. Engagement is the most critical element as partnerships succeed or fail based on the quality and consistency of communication between organizations. Your paired team members must maintain regular contact with their counterparts through scheduled calls, joint meetings, and collaborative activities that build relationships while advancing partnership objectives. Retention requires proactive management of pairing relationships to ensure they continue delivering value for both organizations over time. Partners must meet performance expectations to remain in the pairing program, which involves establishing clear success metrics and conducting regular performance reviews to identify areas for improvement. The role-based partner pairing methodology provides a natural evolution for companies to scale to a channel sales program. The pairing framework is commonly used as a stepping stone toward building dedicated partnership management teams. The methodology provides valuable experience and processes that inform hiring decisions for additional partnering professionals while demonstrating the multiplier effect of collaboration that motivates investment in additional partnership resources. Recap and actionable steps. A signed partnership contract represents the starting line for collaboration rather than the finish line for partnership development. The first 90 days after contract execution determine whether relationships generate meaningful results or become expensive lessons about the importance of systematic launch planning. The first 90 days plan provides the essential framework for transforming partnership agreements into actionable collaboration by addressing 6 critical components: contacts, goals and milestones, metrics and dashboards, communications, onboarding and administration, and for consideration items for future discussion. Role-based partner pairing provides a cost-effective way to deepen strategic partner relationships by establishing multiple peer-to-peer connections between corresponding roles across both organizations. This approach maintains top-of-mind awareness while providing relationship redundancy that prevents partnership deterioration when individual team members change roles. Your partnership success depends entirely on creating immediate momentum and clear accountability from the very beginning of your collaboration, rather than relying on good intentions to produce good results over time. Create a first 90 days plan template that aligns with your SPP and term sheet objectives. Complete the contact section by identifying the specific roles from your organization that will be involved in partnership management and the corresponding roles you will need to work with at partner organizations. Include executive sponsors who can address strategic issues and provide resources necessary for partnership success. Ensure the Goals and Milestones section defines 3 specific measurable outcomes you want to achieve during the initial collaboration period with any new partner. The goals documented in your first 90 days plan will represent the immediate objectives that support annual and beyond goals presented via a term sheet. Focus your first quarter goals on enablement activities such as partner training, joint marketing materials development, and lead generation processes, rather than expecting immediate revenue results that may be unrealistic given typical sales cycle lengths in your industry. Metrics and dashboards identify the leading indicators and key performance indicators that both organizations will track to monitor progress toward partnership goals. Identify up to 3 leading indicators for each goal that are both predictive and influenceable by the professionals responsible for achieving the goal. These leading indicators serve as throttles that can help accelerate goal achievement by applying more resources when results are lagging. Construct your communication section first by defining the appropriate partner business review meeting cadence based on the strategic nature of your relationship. Also specify the preferred synchronous and asynchronous methods for day-to-day coordination between team members at both organizations, including Zoom, Teams, Google Chat, Slack, and email. If you plan to implement role-based partner pairing, map out the specific peer-to-peer connections you want to create between your team and your ideal strategic partner. Decide which roles will be paired, how many partner relationships each team member can manage effectively, and what incentives will motivate sustained engagement from your internal team. Onboarding and administration outlines the technical and procedural setup that must be completed immediately upon execution of the contract. This information establishes accountability for activating systems, processes, and documentation that enable partnership activities to commence promptly and without confusion regarding administrative requirements. Your completed first 90 days plan template serves as the foundation for launching every new managed partnership with immediate momentum and clear expectations, transforming signed agreements into profitable relationships that deliver the results your business requires. Thanks for listening. This has been Launch, the blueprint for building a profit-focused partnership program in 90 days. Written by Mark Brigman, Ph.D., founder and CEO of Partnernomics. Narrated by Matthew Longmire. Copyright 2025 by Mark Brigman, Ph.D.